What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Gotta Get Back, the Samurai Jack and Review Show. Welcome to Project Potter, or welcome back to Project Potter, depending on if you're first time or return viewer. We're at 51 episodes in now, guys, for this review of Samurai Jack. If you haven't seen the show before, my name is Kyle, your host, and we're doing a review or recap of every episode. We're doing a favorite character, a favorite scene, a score out of 10, and sometimes some trivia. So here we go, guys. I know I was a big fan of episode 50 last week with X49. This week we go see Young Jack. This is like a flashback episode, really, that kind of fills in with Young Jack in Africa. And this is interesting that they put this as the second to last episode of season 4, because there's an opening shot where they're riding the horses. And if you guys remember from the way back on the pilot episode, I mentioned that was like my favorite scene of the pilot. And I was like, oh, that looks a lot like the pilot. And then I was like, oh, they're going back here. And so this episode follows Jack's time training in Africa. And he meets the tribe leader and he tells him, like, you being here must mean that Aku has returned. And Jack kind of gets mad and he's like, it's okay. He's like, you're the one hope, though. He's like, no pressure, dude, don't worry. But he tells him, he goes through like different fighting styles with Jack, and he's like, I think he says it's like the snake, the scorpion, the monkey, and then the mongoose or something. I forget. I'll edit that in if it's incorrect. Some different fighting styles there, and Jack is like kind of struggling at first, but then the prince's son, or like the tribe leader's son, is kind of hesitant. He's like, oh, he's not worthy. And he's like, hey, show some respect to Samurai Jack. He's like, dude, he's going to save you one day. And so they kind of have this montage where they're going through the training, and Jack is struggling at first, but then he picks up on it, and he kind of jumps around and matches the brother. And then they're kind of wrestling, and then they just have like a moment where they kind of connect. And everything's going well, and he's like, let me show you the land, and that's where they kind of start bonding. And there's like these really cool shots where very reminiscent of like Lion King, where they go up on like a big overpass and they see the different animals, and he's like, this is where the mountains are, yada yada yada. They ride giraffes, they have a good time. There's a hippo that keeps like surfacing there. There's a scene where they're like laying on top of the roof of one of the huts there, and they look up, and Jack actually sees his parents in the constellations there, and he starts crying. It's really sad, actually, but it kind of reminds Jack of like what he's looking for. They do see like a cheetah out there, and so Jack starts like moving around like a cheetah, like fast. And so they're studying like the different animal techniques too. And they see the lions and all the things like that. And so it seems like their training has come along really well. But in the middle of the night, one of these nights, the village gets attacked by like these like people in robes. It almost looks like Wizard Clan or something, but it's like obviously like a rival tribe or something that comes over and burns everything. These were sent from Aku, we later find out, and they're like, hey, we're looking for the boy, find the boy. And Jack is like hiding, but they burn like all of the village down. They take most of the tribe captive, and so Jack kind of follows them, and this is like his first rescue mission. And so he goes in there and he goes around the fire, and he sees like the tribe leader and some of the other tribe members and the little brother like held up there. There's a scene where the tribe leader is like looking over the fire, and there's like a little Aku that comes in the fire, and they're like, Aku promised us great wealth if we bring him the boy. So this is crazy because, well, we've seen Aku being like lying about giving someone wealth for killing Jack or bringing in Jack. So, but this is young Jack. So this is like Aku being aware that he knows that Jack has escaped, and he knows how important he is, and he kind of knows about the plan that Jack's family set out there. So Jack actually gets his hand on like this thing behind me. It looks almost like a key or like a shovel, but it's really heavy. And at first he can't pick it up, and he's like stubborn and he's trying to figure it out. But then he has like a flashback to when he saw the evil like clan or the rival gang like doing it, and they swing it around for momentum, and he's like, oh. And so it's raining and he's determined, and there's this really cool like training sequence where he starts remembering like everything, like the cheetah, where he starts running with the cheetah, and then like he's whipping through the trees, and he whips it around and he hits the tree. It's really cool. And then he remembers like the antelopes that are around there, and he's throwing it, and he's like throwing the the weapon everywhere, and so he could barely pick it up before he was dragging it around. Then he kind of mastered it. So he shows up back at the like the city or whatever, or the post, and all the members are laughing at him. And then he like kind of shows up, and he's like got the shovel thing on his back, and he's whipping around and he's climbing up buildings and stuff, and he's very agile and super impressive. And he like takes one of them out, and then he's running around and he's spinning it, and he's using it as like a shield to deflect, and it's really, really impressive. But this is like very, very early. Like you can tell that Jack is like so adequate at fighting, or has mastered the fighting, really. I don't even want to say adequate. And so he's doing really well. It's like him against like 5 other guys, and then he gets knocked out eventually, and the tribe leader is worried. But then he starts running around like the cheetah, and like he's doing all these different moves, and he eventually breaks the cage open, which is where he gets the rest of the tribe to help out, and they get like a fighting chance there. But they're still going after Jack, and they know that they need to capture him. But eventually, the little brother comes over and saves him at the last moment. Then when the little brother is going to get hit there, the tribe leader comes over and saves them and takes them down, and they kind of take their land back, and they push them out. And he's like, I believe your training here is done, Jack. And it's a nice little moment, and it shows just how far Jack came already. And that is how the episode ends. Okay, guys, Magic Sword. It's going to be young Jack this time. I was kind of iffy about this episode at the beginning. I was like, do we really need to go back here and see his training? And then like the way that they told the story, how like he goes from like struggling and then very quickly picking up on like, using my agility to move around, and then going on a rescue mission, which obviously was not part of the training. But then he had to use all of the skills that he's been learning over this time to rescue the tribe and go against real combatants. And it's like you can just see how much he is such a natural fighter. So that was really cool. But young Jack kicks ass in this episode, and he is my Magic Sword for sure for this week. The Portal in Time, guys, is actually going to be the scene where Jack is kind of resting on top of the hut. And he sees his parents in the constellation, very similar to Lion King when Simba sees Mufasa in the constellation there. So that was a really touching scene, and how Jack starts tearing up, and then he has to like turn away and kind of go to sleep because he can't like handle that right now is crazy. But it's just a reminder of what he's fighting for and drives his motivation, I'm sure. And yeah, just a great scene. Okay, guys, for a score for this one, I did enjoy it more than I thought. The action scenes were cool. I like how Jack was pretty resilient there. With that being said, I'm going to give this one an 8.4. I think it's just a good episode. I don't think I would necessarily rewatch it like some of the best episodes of Samurai Jack, as I'm kind of rewatching these. But just to see how Jack like studied, I thought it was really cool how he like studied the animals, he studied the training, how they have different fighting styles, like the snake and the monkey and all that. And then to put that into action to save, his friends and the tribe members that helped raise him was awesome. So it was really cool to see, and especially how he couldn't pick up their weapon at first, and then he realizes he can spin it. Although I understand it was like the momentum, but I was a little like, okay, he couldn't pick it up 2 seconds ago, but now he can pick it up and spin it. I was like, I get that he's like using the momentum to spin it, but it seems a little far-fetched. So other than that, guys, really solid episode, and I enjoyed my time with it. Okay, guys, Jack facts for this week. Not too many this week, but the first one here, the attacker's village is based off of the real-life city of Dijonay, Mali. Not sure if I pronounced that right, but I will put it in the Jack facts here, so hopefully someone will know what I'm talking about. And then the other one here, guys, if Aku did send the attackers after Jack, that means Aku found out that Jack had escaped, which we talked about earlier. And then it says here, it is unknown how Aku found out that Jack had escaped, if Aku ever sent more people to capture Jack, and why Aku did not go after Jack himself. Well, we find out that obviously Aku doesn't like to do the job himself most of the time because of a recent episode. And then when he did, he had to go to human form. But he probably also didn't think that Jack was as skilled as he was. Like, he probably thought it was like, oh, just go get the kid. It's some kid. Go bring little Jack here for me. I don't think he expected like a bunch of his minions to go, highly trained, like skilled people to go and then fail against getting Jack. So I think he underestimated Jack there because obviously he hadn't seen him like fight as an adult or anything like that yet. So I don't really blame Aku there, but yeah, those are our Jack facts for this week. Okay, guys, that's it. That's another episode in the books. We only have one more left in season 4. So thanks for checking out Gotta Get Back. Thanks for checking out Project Potter. Go check out the other content on the channel, guys. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell notification. And until next time, guys, gotta get back.